guys, Jordan here. Just want to do an update on my work in progress, my truck, 19 Silverado. My last video consisted of me talking about the lift kit. I actually watched it and noticed I left a few things out, but nothing serious. Done a few upgrades since the last video. Truck's really coming along. It's made a lot of progress, and I think some of the things that I've done to it really makes the truck pop. Show you. First thing I've done was obviously paint the mirror caps. Second thing, I actually just did this in the past week or two. Did the chrome high country door moldings. They actually look really good. So instead of doing the complete surround chrome, because this actually starts here. Chrome actually goes all the way around the windows if you look at the high countries. I didn't want to do that. So I did just the bottoms and the side over here, the bigger one back here. Those things there were not fun to install, but they really look good, and it was worth the time and the effort that goes along with it. And second thing I did was do subwoofers. I put 2 10s in the back. I know some of you are probably like, well, how the heck did you do that? I can't find a box for my 19 Silverado yet. Well, I came up with a solution for that and figured out that the 14 through 18 and a half, 19, whatever you want to consider it, Silverado box actually works. But as you can see, it ain't like a perfect fit, but it's good enough to where it hides it. It's good enough to where it doesn't bother me. I'm sorry, I got a lot of crap back here. Yeah. So I did two 10s by American Base. I went with the ported vinyl line box, power acoustic amp. Nothing serious. Let me show you the notch on the other side. Bear with me, guys. My allergies not on my side today. 2 10s, did a line out converter. As you can see, it's on right now. I'm gonna go through it and kind of talk to you about how I did that. Because I did it probably one of the best ways possible, and I wanted to do a video before I loomed all this and made it look clean. So start to finish, of course, I ran I did a 4-gauge power wire kit, full copper, and I'll show you. It's kind of cool how GM did it with these trucks, because they actually put a hole in the firewall that the power wire fit perfectly through. It opened up here. So right here, right back there. Yep, you can see it right there. See the blue wire right there with the little blue wire coming out of it. So that is actually the power wire. Let me see if I can get a better view of it. No, probably not. That's the best view I'm going to get right there. So the main harness runs on the right side. So they made like a little weird looking pimple. I don't even know what the heck to call it. And I cut the end of that, and the wire slid right through, no problem. Usually you have to fight it and take the rubber piece off. I didn't have to do all that. You just cut the end off that thing, there's nothing inside there, and slid that wire right through. Like, there's no problem. So ran all that to the back, and put it under the trim panels here, obviously, which was like super easy. It all just pops off, no screws. And my ground is actually on that right there. I gotta get a nut. I actually used the spare tire holder, but it's just temporary. So once I did that, the line out converter, that's the biggest part next. So this door panel has to come off right here. There's a bolt behind this little cover here. There's a little notch right there. You have to put a screwdriver behind, and it just pops right off. Second thing is, there's 2 bolts behind here. I almost broke the door panel getting it off because I couldn't figure it out, but just pry on this right here. This will actually pop off. It ain't the easiest thing to pop off, so don't think you're gonna break it, but it actually, there's a tab right in here that slides in. So once you pop this side off, pull it this way. Don't try to go straight out because you will break that. Go out and then over. Second thing is the speaker. It's just one 7mm bolt holding it in. Then you gotta just run run 2 wires to it. I ran it up the loom, I actually got it through the loom, and that took me like an hour fighting that, but I wanted it clean, so I didn't want to make any holes or nothing. So ran the wires through, which they're right here. So instead of putting the actual line out converter in the door, I wanted to run it out here just in case, I didn't want to take the door apart again. So 2 speaker wires right here hooked into the line out converter, and then you got your remote, obviously. So the second trickiest thing on this whole, actually this is probably the trickiest thing on this whole build, and I'm about to save you guys a lot of time by watching this video. So this wire right here, let me show you where this starts. So the line out converter itself, it says once you hook it to the speaker that it turns itself on automatically and turns the amp on when the truck comes on. Well, not true. So I had to find another source of power, continuous 12 volt, to supply the power to power the amp, turn the amp on. So I had to come right here inside this fuse box. I had to put a 12 volt tester to each and every one and see which one turned off. Well, found it right here. I actually haven't wired it in correctly yet, but it's a headlamp. The headlamp fuse. This right here will turn on and off with the truck. This one right here, this 20 amp right here, will turn on and off with the truck. Ran that wire all the way back. I just wrapped it around the fuse. I ran that wire all the way back. Of course, that little nipple right here, and back. And I actually figured that out after I got everything back together. It kind of pissed me off a little bit, but it's okay. It was done correctly. So ran it all the way back here, and line out converter turns on and off when the truck goes on and off. Don't have a problem with it. Once I got the line out converter, of course you gotta have your power wire right here too. Don't forget that. But yep, that's pretty much all it is. If you know how to do the rest of it, which I do, it's pretty simple from there. But like I said, guys, 14 through 18 and a half, 19, whatever the last year was for the old body style, not the new one. That box will work. It still has a notch right here in the cab. So that box will work. It's just gonna stick out a little bit. Nothing serious. I mean, it still looks clean. Got it right there. So, but it sounds super good compared to the crap stock 6x9s in the doors. And if you guys can, these window moldings, if you're gonna do chrome rims, it really makes the truck pop, because the RST actually does not come with the chrome. It comes with the black moldings all around the window. If you actually do replace these, don't be scared, because it literally sounds like hell taking them off. It literally sounds like you just broke the truck in half. I'm not even joking on that. You will crap your pants. But there is, I believe, where was it at? There's one bolt up here. Yep, there was one bolt right up here behind this little trim piece. You don't have to take the door panel off to do this. It's behind this trim piece right here. There's one bolt star. I think it was a T20. And that's it. And then there's just little clips back here that you can break. It ain't a big deal. That's the crappy part of it. And then this here, you literally just lift up, and you break all the clips inside here, and it just comes right off. And same thing for the front. Just lift up and peel back. It takes a little bit of force, but they come off. Oh, the mirror caps. To take these off, I actually painted them. Sorry guys, the truck's a little dirty right now. Don't look like it. Mirror caps here, start right here. Peel this back and pull all the tabs. There's 2 little roll tabs in here that you have to slide back in to take it off. But once you peel this back here, pull back on the trim piece. But you have, like, I think 3 tabs to pull off here to take that off. So anyways guys, those are the few things that I've done to it that really made it look 10 times better. If you look at the last video, All I had was the chrome rims and just a lift kit done to it. Just have the moldings, painted the mirror caps, and the sound system. If any of you have any questions on the sound system, just message me or leave a comment. I will respond as soon as possible. I'll do a recap real quick. So basically, right here, get it off, there we go. Right here is where I bolted the 4-gauge wire onto. I'll put that back on here in a second. Ran that through a little nipple right there. You can cut the end off of it. There's no wires. Ran it all the way to the back. Once you get that done, plug all your stuff in. See, this turns on whenever I open the doors. Plug all your stuff up. You got your ground, got your positive, got your remotes. Run the remote wire from the headlamp fuse. I showed you which one it is. And then once you do that, run 2 wires from the speaker in here. You gotta take the door panel off to do this. There's 2 bolts behind here. Just remember that, or you will break the door panel, and that will suck. Run it to the loom. Come back. Tie it to the line-out converter. Now the line-out converter I actually forgot this. The line-out converter does say that you have to have the right and the left. That is not true. I only use the right, and it works perfectly. I have no issues. It sounds amazing. Actually sounds really good. So once you do that, and you got your remote wire, tie both remote wires in together with your power wire right here to the line-out converter, and of course line out to your RCAs to your amp. Good to go. And that's pretty much the gist of it. If you have any other questions, just let me know. That's pretty much all I can think of right now. If you guys like the video, please like and subscribe. We plan on releasing more videos here soon. I've just been busy here lately. Company's going through some changes. So, yep, if you have any other questions, just let me know. I'll answer them. Alright guys, have a good one.